And welcome back. On Next Up Playing with me, Alex, with more Lies of P. Decided to meet you here because I beat the DLC. It was pretty great. Got stuff done. Also, we got some new music. Let's play this one. Only get this one for beating the game. The DLC. I'll only walk around with this one. I did do some research though, and also I did some thinking of because we're almost to the end of the base game as well. So what I'm gonna do, just gonna beat the game, and that's that. I won't show off like getting all the records. You can only get all the records through doing New Game Plus to get the gold records. This includes records in the DLC apparently. And there's also records in the base game that are gold that can only be gotten in New Game Plus. Additionally, what's this? That's a little besides the point. But for a couple achievements,
I want to give Alador.
So I messed up. I missed 2 achievements so far. One is just getting all the boss weapons, which is fine. But the other one is getting this weapon specifically to be able to get a cipher deciphered later and get the reward. But you cannot do it if you don't have that weapon, which is unfortunate. But it's okay.
You are here.
So I got the bow from the DLC, and also this sword. I'm gonna upgrade this one. And it does count, sweet. So just to show it off real quick. It's a unique moveset saber. It's got some pretty cool moves. As you can see. Let's call it a little overkill, right? And surprisingly, the damage is pretty comparable to my assembled weapon, just because it's got B and B on its stats, and it only gets stronger.
You are here.
And we're gonna arrow through the handle here. Guess in the long run, this one's gonna be the best one, to be honest. You'll see why, but that's a super long run though, not even like right now run. But yeah, it's been great, but we're nearing the end of the game. I'm just gonna let the song run and teleport to where I left off. My heart is pounding. Also, when you get that specific message, you've hit, I think it's the max or almost max, like humanity is what it's called when you have when you lie, when you do certain things. Let's keep going. apparently he hit me, but it's okay. Alright, so we're gonna continue climbing the Abbey. But if you haven't seen my streams of the DLC, you should. Because we're actually gonna meet a character that was important in the DLC very soon, actually. I believe this breaks, that's why I jumped. I don't want to deal with that. Oh, that's not over. Yeah, I remember that one. It's a little trap to get you to fall down hardcore. I don't think you would die, or at least I wouldn't die from that fall, but... You have that ladder. I think the middle... Something breaks around here somewhere. I can't quite remember. Well, we'll just do that instead. Forget about that. Luckily, it's not a trap that would push me off the edge, though. We'll go down there in a second. Because there is an item we want by going down. I need to just double check though. Is there anything else up here? There's that, but I think, yeah, there's an elevator there, so. Then we can get this one now. The Legion Caliber. Also, would you look at that? It's our last door. I discovered all the Trinity Sanctums, and it's this guy.
Oh my, an actual factual guest. I bid you welcome, puppet of Geppetto. This is our first face-to-face meeting, isn't it? And I hope you weren't too attached to the rhyming. It gets to be a chore without the transmitter to help. Welcome to my sanctum of riddles. I admit I did not really expect you to make this journey in person. Oh, the havoc you must have wreaked along the way. Was there much blood other than what's all over you? I know all about those alchemist cowards. Hiding away on their island, growing more monstrous by the day, refusing to acknowledge either fact that they are hiding or that they are monsters. And how about you? Is this the real you? Or are you still practicing the liar's art as only you can? You must answer The question is simple, but I repeat, you must answer. And that answer will show what or who you are. Who you have decided to be. Now listen closely and heed the king's speech, or the answer to this one will stay out of reach. Are you a puppet or a human being? Which one are you?
I become human.
Finally, you understand! Yes, we are human. We may be trapped by ergo, but we live, we think, we love, we hate. They have locked us in the prison they call puppetry. I learned this truth long ago. That is why I've been exacting my revenge against them all ever since. Blood and revenge, revenge and blood. It's the only thing that truly drives me. And it was so much fun. Even if you're lying right now, even if you don't believe your own answer, the truth is clear. Proof is evident. Only humans practice deception so intensely for reasons that are so unnecessary. Oh, well, these moments of clarity are enjoyable. Now the rhyming, it helps me maintain focus. At least it helps me hide the urge to kill that I feel every waking moment. But no play can go on forever. No. It was fun while it lasted, son of Geppetto. The king of riddles shall now retire.
And we get the alchemist cape and a quartz. However, we can actually still talk to him.
The play is over. You don't have to go home or straight to hell. Though that would be my choice. But you can't stay here. Not if you want to live.
How did you call me?
Aren't you curious, huh? Don't you want to know? How? Of course you do. Delicious. Time is all I have left. But your time is limited, Geppetto boy. I will gladly waste every moment you have if you like. It's your life. So, come on. Now or never. This tower is absorbing all the ergo in Krat. It was built in this precise location because it's the most efficient place in the world to study and use ergo wavelengths. But it's not even about me. Or you, either. This is about the goddess in the tower. Now she, who is worth saving. Her powers are impossible. Her knowledge is endless. She is more, well, awakened than any of us. And you see, she has so much power. It's not like she'll miss just a little. So, I have simply been sharing. Why bother? Well, I was bored. Is there any more human motivation in all the world?
That's a pure no.
What if I made a puppet of a human? The way they made humans of puppets? What could possibly be more fun?
are you a serial killer?
Ah, your eyes are sharper than your wit. You found the gift I left behind. Wasn't it a sight to behold, huh? I learned from an alchemist when I served him. Thanks to him and his surprisingly low pain threshold, I learned the location of their secret island. Humanity sullied its own sanctum long before I found it. Blasphemed against itself, against us, by playing God. But I'm an artist. Murderer is a word the humans use to restrain us, to make us refuse our strength and power. I'm an artist. An artist of blood. I have to admit, sullying that particular sanctum was, well, fun. Even now, the memory is enough to make me shudder with something approaching joy. If only I could relive that triumph. The play.
The truth behind the Vanini incident.
Vanini? Oh, a beautiful fool, but a fool nonetheless. A mere slip of a boy when I met him. And did he ever thank me for making him an orphan with my bare hands? For giving him everything he has on a silver platter by removing the dead weight holding him back. Of course I'm not sorry. It was a delectable murder. Of the many, many I have committed since, the Vaninis, they have to be my personal favorites. They engineered the very first automated puppets. Enslaved puppets without even understanding what they'd done. I didn't go there to take revenge for what his parents did. I mainly just wanted to slaughter them because they were so damned happy. Oh, what a great memory. In their last moments, they begged me not to kill their child. So I didn't. I'm not a machine. I have free will. I made a choice in the heat of the moment. And it was a choice driven by that most human of emotions. Curiosity. If the child survived, would he be traumatized for life? Become a coward, a vengeful puppet-hating bigot, a despairing wretch? Would he fling himself into the sea? Would he remember the devil that orphaned him before his eyes was a puppet? Would he remember Arlecchino? Not surprisingly, the alchemists and people of the workshop were as artless as I expected, concealing the truth. Thanks to them, I get to see Vanini endure twice as much pain. I cannot control myself. Oh, it's so satisfying. Vanini is one of my greatest accomplishments. Perhaps even my masterpiece. I suppose I can return this. I've held on to my little souvenir for quite some time. Tell him it's a little something to remember me by.
The Moon World Warrior toy.
The play.
Who are the owner of these? About the owner of these clothes?
Oh, that attire. Yes, I remember. I do. I never thought I'd see it again. It's fate. Fate. Of course. I have regrets. In mere moments, I would have completed my magnum opus. Just imagine the art that would have been born, If only I'd been able to rip her arrogant face to shreds. A rose, painted in blood. A sculpture, carved from the exemplar of humanity. Just thinking about it gives me the jolts. Oh, that reminds me. The uninvited guest back then. It was you. How could I have failed to recognize you? Sincere apologies. I hope you understand, my friend. You see, I lost a lot back then. But you remember, right? It was all thanks to you.
So, I'm wearing the armor of a very specific character from the DLC. And if you haven't watched the stream spot, he was the last boss of the DLC. He's kind of in ruins now. But I believe only wearing these set of clothes actually allow you to trigger that that particular dialogue. Anyway, let's murder him.
The play.
Good night, Arlecchino. Finally dead forever. For reals this time. Okay, so with all that out of the way, we've cleared a bunch of stuff already. We'll come back here in a second. But man, talking to Arlecchino sure take a lot of more time than I remembered. But it's important. I'm glad I was wearing this set because I actually did not know if whether or not they added dialogue to him or not. There's a reason why I wanted to finish the DLC before coming here. Anyways. There's this dude.
I'm not going back. I am sick of consuming Ergo. It's cruel. There's real meals and real songs out there. I'm not just a memory-reading tool. What? You're not the inspector? Well, if you're from the outside, that means we can leave. Thanks. I know the way out, so don't worry about me. Maybe I'll see you on the outside. I can read memories of Ergo. That's what I was made for. Ergo is crystallized time and memory. But God, I hate having to consume Ergo to read it. Why does it work like that? It's the worst. I can read memories, but I can't even dream of tastes, smells, or songs. I can't stand it anymore, so I'm escaping. When I get out, I'm going straight to Rosa Isabel Street. I can read memories. I can't.
So yeah, this is a bit of a random NPC. Obviously, the alchemist did stuff to him, and he wants out. So we're giving him the out. There you go, buddy. Enjoy the outside. On my first playthrough, I actually missed him, and if you noticed, I actually kind of ran by him because he kind of blends in if you're not really looking out for him. Yeah, the game is winding down. there are 3 bosses left. One boss is the one of this area. The second is of a final area, and the third is quote-unquote the real final boss, but also potentially optional. And I'll explain that how and why when we get there. For now, we'll see how far we get. Yeah, there's the shortcut ladder that we want. There we go, shortcut unlocked. But I believe we're actually almost to a Stargazer. We're gonna keep on pushing for now. Guess over here. Look who it is.
Whoa! Is that you? Wow, you're really something. Seriously, that's impressive. How did you follow me all the way here? Fighting is always my last choice, you know? But you're not getting anywhere near my sister, friend. You'll have to go through me first. And I actually thought we were friends. Was any of that true? In the end, I really don't care. There's only one reason we were given a mission. I'll let you go if you give me gold coin fruit.
There you go.
Aha! I had a feeling we might eventually see eye to eye. I like you. Don't trust you yet, but I'm a cat. I'm slow to trust. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Krat. Sick to death of just surviving. Hurting, stealing, kidnapping. Surviving. When the hell does it end? My sister and I are going to leave for a different city. Get my eyesight back. A fresh new start as a family. And you have to know, that old man, Geppetto, is safe. We were never gonna hurt him. So please, just let my sister go. Ultimately, we want the same thing.
We get that Black Cat's mask. This only is available to you if you actually gave them gold coin fruit earlier in the game.
And you have to know, that old man ultimately...
So yeah, you can fight them though. And the only... I don't think there's any different reward, to be honest. You just have to fight an NPC fight, basically. I don't recall how tough he is. And I only fought him on my second playthrough, because I was actually nice on my first one. Yeah, I think I'm about to hit a Stargazer. This last chunk of area, though, of this particular zone is actually relatively difficult, if I remember right, though. So we'll save that for next time. Not a lot of action on this one, though, but I'm sorry. This one area is particularly long, and I don't feel like doing it in one go. So let's go back to the hotel. But before I do that, we did get a new emotion for our boy. Hello.
Hello, my own. It feels good. Like being hugged. marked by the sun. It is a brilliant feeling. Like the start of spring. Thanks.
You're welcome. Alright, back to the hotel we go. Oh, I have another emotion?
I think
Oh,
I've learned something about humans. If I make human friends someday, I'll tell you, you may not always be my only friend, but you'll always be my first friend.
you're welcome.
If I make human friends someday, you may not always be my only friend.
So, we've taught him enough emotions, so he gives us a quartz. How nice of him. Anyways, back to the hotel. We gotta tell Verini some stuff. And we'll use our quartz and end the episode there. I'm trying to figure out what to play next though. We're so close to the end. I have a few ideas though. Oh. You know what? Let's play one of the DLC songs real quick. Let's play The Clear Blue Sky.
The toy? But how? The toy my parents made me. You've met him. Arlecchino. We had just watched one of my favorite films, I remember. I begged them to make me the warrior from it. If I hadn't, would my parents still be alive? Would we have been untouched by that murderous puppet? I've always blamed myself. It's a hell of a burden for a child, that kind of guilt. So I hung on. I hung on to the Grand Covenant. I wanted to use it to keep people safe. You know, in many ways, I envy you. Your strength. Thank you for this. Talk about closure. I always welcome.
You're welcome. We found out about Benini's final thing.
At the house of Annie. No matter what, serving them.
Kitty. Yay. Don't worry, that shotgun's not gonna hurt you, Kitty. I'll let the song finish first. So once you receive the "your heart is pounding" message, this should be here, and for me it is. The Golden Lie. A special weapon that is only acquired this way. Now I'll show it off real quick. It's a slash big weapon. Pretty neat weapon. It's almost like a dual staff. But doesn't beat the coolness of this weapon, that's for sure. Anyways, back to our actual weapon. And that's that. So next time, we'll keep climbing the Abbey. I may or may not have more songs besides the one that I did not listen to. Just because I'll probably do some off-stream and off-screen double checking of the DLC stuff. Because I feel like I missed some stuff. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a nice comment, leave a mean comment. That is all up to you. And it's over with me. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.